Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective. Boogie Nights. Oh.
Dum, 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 dum.
I don't know all the words, so that's all you get. I know Boogie Nights.
Hey. Okay, quick trip down memory lane before we even say hello.
Come on, Minnie.
In college, I took a virtual class with Austin P. So it's early, well, actually it's late 90s at that point, like 96. And so I am in this class, only me and one other person from TSU. And the class is really at Austin P, but we have to look at the class virtually. It was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Right? And so we were studying scripts. And one of the scripts we had was from either the Grammys or the Oscars or someplace. And the opening song for that was Boogie Nights. So we're reading it. And mind you, they can't hear us. We're on mute, but they can see us. So we're reading like, this is Boogie Nights. And we're in there, Boogie Nights. Because you don't, at that time, you didn't remember that you're on camera, right?
True.
It was still so very new. No FaceTime, none of that, right?
Yeah.
And so we were in there getting it, and the teacher says, apparently, someone knows Boogie Nights. I was like, oh yeah, we in class. Boogie.
What?
I also think I picked my nose in that class once.
Damn,
and
nice.
I think they saw me.
Dang.
I really do. Like, I can't not say that. But
Right,
I
yeah,
think
that's...
I think I had a boogie in my nose.
And you just
I was
gonna
like,
get it.
And then I was like, oh shit, I'm on
You were ahead of your time.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because now we're super hyper aware. Face or smile. Are we looking at the camera?
Yes.
Are we?
Am I looking at myself in the Zoom?
Am I
I look at the thing.
Where am I?
Let me move me underneath where the camera is.
Yes.
I can look at both. You know.
Yeah. See?
But
I can do it now. Okay. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Boogie Nights and picking noses and things.
And Boogie Nights for real.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, good people.
Hi. Welcome back.
We're back again. Yeah.
How we feeling, Nace?
We hanging out. We hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
We gonna go there this week.
Okay.
That was last week's news. This week we gonna go there.
That's fine. I'm always gonna check on you. Though.
I know. How are you?
I'm well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moments of joy sprinkled in every day.
Every day. You gotta find the moment.
You gotta find
the
it. Just
magic.
a little mustard seed.
Come on, Faith.
How about that? Just a little bit.
Bam, bam. Get it? Faith of mustard seed.
I see what you did, Pastor. I see
that.
prophetess.
That's you first, lady. You the PK kid. Get all the credentials.
Ooh, horrible.
Did your mama have hats?
My mom has hella hats.
See?
But the sad thing is none of us want them. So, like, in her will, you know what I mean? Like, the conversations have been had, but none of us are like, oh, I want your hat collection.
Really?
I know you want a hat. I'll tell her to bequeath you some hats. Mama has hella hats.
Yay.
For all the outfits.
So cool. There is something to be said. Now, look, I'm a lady who likes to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I enjoy a flat and a jeans moment, or leggings, as you see on this show quite frequently.
Hello.
But there was something to be said with the pomp and circumstance of getting dressed for church back in the day.
Yeah.
Minimum Easter, you know? There was just something to be said about that.
Yeah.
And we kind of lost that.
We have.
But that was your moment to kind of pop out.
Yeah.
The Lord, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Pop out.
And it's beautiful. Well, a lot of us came up in that. So.
Yeah.
I used to play in my mom's hats, but never was I like, oh, I can't wait to get your hats. But that's always been her. For her, the biggest thing was not wearing pantyhose anymore. Oh. My mom is at peace and totally walking in that now.
Yeah. Took a minute to get there?
Yeah, but she'll still a dress and a heel, but she won't have on pantyhose unless it's cold,
Of course.
you know. But yeah, that's her jam now. She wear her legs out.
My grandmother, who is gone, who we love.
Yeah.
But this is her thing. You got a slip.
Ooh.
You know I got no slip on.
Right.
I got no slips on.
Oh,
What the hell?
gosh. Whew. That is old school.
But in lieu of slips, we have Spanx.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah.
The same concept, you know? Mm-hmm. So, in lieu of a full dress slip, I might have on a cami.
Right,
Or something else.
Yeah.
So,
where can you even get a slip?
Kohl's. I bet you can get a Kohl's.
Probably. Okay. But remember, you used to be able to go to the pennies or whatever, and you would just see it. Like, you could just go get a slip.
Where can you get pantyhose?
That's true.
You got to go to that one row of Target. You know? But you can't just find panties. You find tights.
You find tights in different prints and colors.
But not a real pantyhose.
A control top.
That Hanes control
sheer.
top.
Sheer. Reinforced toe.
You get the sheer elegance for the shimmer for the special occasion. The sheer elegance.
Yes.
And then they always had like the jacked up name. Like I could never get like the mocha or whatever. I'm like the nearly nude. Like why gotta have these old lame name tights?
Right.
I want a cool name.
I know. There was a thing too. If you wore bare leg, that was a.
Oh,
the OGs.
Come touch your leg a little bit. Like on my leg.
Like I ain't got none on.
You knew that when you were
right.
You see this shimmer from this lotion?
Everybody wearing pantyhose all the time. That's crazy. Just evolution, fashion, culture, all that.
But I'm now the old head.
Yeah.
Right? Because things change.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
they
now
do.
I'm the old head.
They
now
do.
I believe that breasts should be put away. Now, let me clarify. I do not mean the breast reduction. I do not mean that for everything you have to conceal all your boobs. You want to show some boobage, some cleave?
Yeah.
I got a little bit today.
Yeah.
However, your bra has to be appropriate for your level of activity and the breast that you have.
Right.
So, as a big booby girl, there are times where I have to put my bra on and my outfit on and do a little jig.
Right.
And see if they still jig, but I stop
when
jigging.
You stop, yeah.
Because if that is, then this is the wrong bra, or I can't jig.
Right.
You gotta choose either or.
Yeah.
So a lot of people walking around with brassieres, and their boobs still be jigging.
They're unaware.
And they ain't jigging no more. And I'm like,
Confession, I had on a wrong bra once in one of my workouts. And I knew as soon as I was
soon as you start moving,
jumping, I was like, oh. They were like,
I can't stand
and
it.
I was like, woo.
Especially for, now I'm talking about the sorority girls right now.
Yeah.
But when the youngers are out there and you're having shows, and I get it, you're 20. You have perky Victoria's Secret boobies. But those Victoria's Secret boobies ain't made for knucky for your buck.
No, they're not.
It's not.
They're not.
I'm telling you, I might have mentioned this already. I DM Neysa Nash. I tell you that.
You did.
She still ain't hit me back.
Neysa, come on, girl. We know you're busy. We know.
You had a whole anniversary.
You did.
Went to the Beyonce
Congrats.
concert,
Yes.
did all the things.
Come on. It's just
Look, Jessica, if you could just send me a screenshot of a bra so we can know where to go shopping. Because
it's a valid question.
I just want to know. Her girls are always in the right direction.
They are.
Fully supported. When she stops moving, they don't move.
They don't.
They had attention. Now, if you have surgical help, just say, girl, it ain't about that. Okay, no harm, no foul.
Right.
But then slide me your surgeon's name or procedure. But,
she got people in Cali.
Right. I'll do some healing in Cali. Work from anywhere? Oh, lay on the tailor's couch and heal up.
Oh, my gosh.
To keep my boobies looking like Neysa's.
Yeah. And sometimes you need more than one bra.
Oh.
That's being self-aware, too. Like you said, if you're knucking buck, if you have one bra and then you have to be like, oh, let me layer this situation. If, you aren't able to go get the whatever bra.
Yes.
You just layer up.
You have to.
Or tap out. Either one.
You might be the purse holder that day.
Right, yeah.
I've done that. I'm like, oh, you out here? I'm not out here. I'm purse holding today. I ain't got it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Your booby segment was brought to you by... See? You can sponsor us right there.
Boobies! We both got them. Yep. Okay, so you mentioned Neysa went to Beyonce.
She did.
Boobies were out there.
In L.A. The L.A. show. Every show, I think, has gotten gradually better. You know what I mean?
True.
You've seen early video of her European, and she just didn't move as much.
Right.
And then in the U.S., she's getting a little bit more dance. Different audience though. You got to play to your audience.
You do.
And as a communicator, even in the artistic sense, you got to play to your audience. The LA show for her birthday.
She said it's Virgo season. What?
She did. She had a whole lot going on, and then Miss Ross came out, and then all these people came out, but it was just really, really cool to see.
Yeah.
Now, Beyonce been touring for a minute now.
She has been.
Why are black folks still talking about she's demonic at this point? Like, do you not have anything better to do?
They don't. The same people who are like, if you give anybody a platform, somebody always has something to say, right?
Right.
And that's one that people continue to harp on.
I just don't understand it. And look, you can make anything your God.
Yeah.
And if it's not, in alignment with doing good for others, you can make anything an addiction, right? So there are some people, like the whole show Swarm was about that,
right? Yeah.
People doing crazy stuff. Or we've seen outside R. Kelly trial, or even Tory Lanez's trial. The people are outside, they're so gung-ho with the celebrity figure not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those people, because those people obviously need to talk to somebody. Maybe a little, medications.
Yeah.
A little thing, therapy dog, something to get their life together. However, to call anybody who attends a Beyonce concert like worshiping the devil and all this other stuff, and I'm like, do you not know how to have fun no more?
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, you can be too saved.
All right.
You can be too saved.
Yeah. Because even, our pastor will talk about, like, I still have fun. I listen to, we've seen him, I saw him at, like, a Kevin Hart show or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And when I see him, I don't be looking like, put my drink away, let me hide
exactly.
it. He gonna get this. Hey,
yeah.
What's this?
Exactly.
Hey, I got stuff. That's all I got for you. Like, you're human.
Yeah.
And they always say, you don't have to be of the world to live in the world.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
And I'm sorry. If I am about to be doing horizontal gymnastics with somebody, I'm not playing the Clark sisters.
You brought the sunshine. They might bring the sunshine.
The next morning. But I'm not Clark sistering up.
Exactly.
Before the dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lord, please bless this penis. Let it be pleasing
Come
to
on.
me and my... Like, what?
Yes.
Who's doing that?
Yeah, that's true.
Who is doing that?
And I've shared with you in the show before, growing up a PK, my mom and stepdad, they listen to secular music. Like, they go to shows. They go, Yeah. I didn't grow up under that, like, you listen to worldly music. Which some people did. That's your thing. But,
Your walk is your walk. And what you have to do to stay along your walk is your business.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how to walk for Neysa.
True.
I really do feel like we each have an individualized ticket.
And
you have to remove and add stuff to your life according to your own journey.
Right.
And like I said, if I were, doing crazy stuff in the name of X, Y, and Z, then maybe I should stay away from that.
Yeah.
Is that their fault that I'm doing it, or is it my own fault that I'm doing it?
Now you're talking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Govern yourself.
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah.
I just don't put that much power into somebody else's stuff.
Come on. Neysa preaching on today. Yeah.
Speaking of, which I'm going to have to go, I'm about to take a left turn. You're like, where are we going? But just
hard left.
For a second. Yeah. Skirt. People who renounce their divine non-affiliations as well. Now, I know people who have done that. And my thing is, I disagree. Who am I to tell you, though, what you need to add or remove from your life to get your walk right? That's not my job.
Right.
I ain't the Lord to send you nowhere, so that's your business. Here's what I have a problem with. You got to make a speech about it? You got to make a whole...
You got to... How we record, and you got to do this video.
Yeah.
Because you were called to do that, or were you? I don't know.
Like,
I'm with you.
and then are so quick to be like, well, you shouldn't do it either. Well, you was right here yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Come on.
So I don't understand that. And again, you have the right to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
The issue is when you try to make everyone be on your same page. And we see them with so many, not just sorority fraternity,
Right,
not
right.
just D9,
Yeah.
not just Beyonce.
Yeah.
We see that with legislation.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to legislate your morality
Yes.
for the masses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not right.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
if you don't believe in
personal
gay
thing.
marriage, you should not marry anybody of the same sex. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Case solved.
Yeah.
If you don't want an
Yeah.
abortion, ta-da, you should not have
Don't have
an
one.
abortion.
Yeah.
Case solved. Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Yeah. Don't. It's the pushing on, and if you're not with it, something's wrong with you. And it's like, no, just govern you.
Thank you.
Just do you
Over there.
over there.
Away from me.
Yeah. Absolutely. There are certain things that I don't. I've talked to you about just ingesting. And that's not just food. Things I don't watch anymore. Things I used to watch, I don't watch anymore. I don't make an announcement about it. It just no longer serves me or feeds my soul, if you will. So they're just things I'm like, I don't want that in my atmosphere. Not gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna go on social media and bash it. I just don't give it energy. That's the thing for me. You are giving.
I'm not giving it energy.
You're giving it energy. I'm like, that's weird, but okay.
Right. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't get that aspect of it.
Yeah. I never have. I don't. Not the same since we're making turns.
Make time, girl.
But
You go talk on the block.
when you go on social and cry, I think it was Freaknik, Nikki's Thoughts. She had posted this. This was a while ago. But it was like, when you go live crying, what you want me to do? What you expect me to do? And I was like, oh my God, that's so me. Because I'm like, huh?
Okay, I cried all last week of the episode.
That's an episode. We're recording a podcast. You're not about to go live on Instagram because you stubbed your toe and be like,
No.
there's a difference.
There is a difference.
And you know what I'm talking about. Like, there are people who, the first thought, let me grab my phone because he broke up with me and I want everybody to know. Huh? What? Go lay down. Okay, I'm sorry. That's it.
I don't know. That one's a weird one for me, and I totally get what you're saying, and I agree. Like, I'm not a big crier anyway. Even though
You're not.
So prove me wrong. But as a person who is not a digital native, and you aren't really either, but you are younger than me.
Yeah.
So I do recall vomiting on the internet in its early phases.
Okay.
Like back in MySpace days.
Oh yeah, MySpace.
When you didn't understand the permanency,
right,
and the reach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell everyone who cares, but I mean, this is probably showing my age, but I didn't get my first email account until I was out of college. Yeah. So that tells you kind of what generation I came up with, right?
Right.
There were MySpace came around, and that was the biggest fad forever. My top 5. That was so cool.
Tom.
Yeah. So then to take that and to see now how it is today, there are many things I would have done differently.
Absolutely.
In the very beginning.
Yeah.
In the very, very beginning. That I'm just like, that was dumb as hell.
My Facebook statuses remind me of that all the time.
Girl, I delete them every day.
I'm like, I said that.
Yeah, let me delete that one.
Ooh, I said that.
And I've done social audits of myself.
Yeah.
But even still, I'm like,
yeah.
I delete a lot of them, not because I'm even embarrassed about them, but because we evolved from them.
We do.
And that's not who I am.
Right.
So why would I leave that out there? Because we also see how people don't appreciate or even understand evolution in others while they expect compassion for it in themselves.
That is fair. Yeah.
There's we've seen it all with celebrities, especially comedians. 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, a joke that we all laughed at yet was still wrong, but we didn't understand at that time how the EQ to know how wrong it was, right?
Yeah.
And now that same joke does not hold up.
Right.
In the current times. You know, so people will go back and be like, but you said this in 1994. I did.
And I'm not that person anymore.
I hate to bring him up again, but Kev on stage is really good about that.
Yeah.
He was like, I did that.
Yeah.
He actually apologized to somebody again. He's like, I did that. I made fun of you. And that thing.
Yeah.
I no longer do type of comedy. I have learned from my mistakes.
Yeah.
I hope that, you know, I have not caused you any further harm, and I do truly apologize.
Yeah.
And the person he apologized was like, you know, real talk, that's cool. You know, we good now. You know? And that's okay.
Yeah. That's also allowing for grace.
People always want justice for others and grace for themselves.
Yeah.
And you got to extend grace both ways.
Yes.
Hold people accountable, for sure.
Agreed.
Candace Bimbo posted recently, somebody passed away, and somebody in the comments was like, well, he was blah, 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 right? And she was like, why? And the reality of it is, if someone's done wrong by somebody, I don't owe them that.
Right.
You know? We've seen, hell, when Carol Bryant died. You know? There are many people who are like mourning her loss because that was their family member, their friend, their grandmother.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, she is the icon of a hatred time. You know what I mean? A time full of hatred.
Yeah.
So both of those things can be true.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's good.
I know, but Beyonce's not the only one that.
Yeah, not. And what, speaking of like, but just extending grace, I love that also at her birthday show, Beyonce shouted out Kelly, Michelle, LaToya, and Latavia as being pivotal in her journey.
Right.
And for me, it was very much a full circle moment. I love to see that. Like, despite whatever may have happened, we grown now. You played a role. Not everybody's in your life for the long term.
Some people are seasoned members.
Some people are seasonal, you know, and sometimes you're blessed to circle back with them because there's reports of a Destiny's Child reunion. We'll see. But, you know, people make amends. People grow up. You know, go through things. So it was really nice that for me to see that she called them by name.
Yeah.
You know? Now, she didn't say the other one name, but that's her business.
Or she might not have been around that long.
She wasn't around that long, so it wasn't a slight. People were trying to like, she ain't. Now, it was funny. Black Twitter had me laughing. But.
That's the funny thing.
Exactly. But I love that, you know, she talked about that. And then Beyonce went on to say she was like, she's thankful for her stretch marks. She's thankful for her fupa. She said those two things. And I'm like,
what fupa?
She ain't got it no more. We didn't see her when she was fully pregnant.
True.
But she was just thankful for her body and her body allowing her to birth healthy children. Now. And
that's a feat.
Yeah.
That's a feat.
Yeah. So she was, it was beautiful to see.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful to see for me. So.
To pivot to Destiny's Child a little bit. You know, I love the Kellys.
Yes.
I love the Kelly. Fine.
My gosh, she's beautiful.
Every day. Just wake up like, ding, ding, I'm Kelly.
Beautiful.
Right. Like, you better be great. But, okay. I have this unhealthy obsession with singing shows on TV. I never vote. I don't cast not one vote. But I'm going to watch The Voice.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch American Idol. I'm going to cry a little bit when the little people got the little sad sob stories.
But you're not going to go live. Go ahead.
I'm not. But falling down the Voice rabbit hole.
I
got down the Voice rabbit hole looking at all the different countries.
Oh, you're right.
That have The Voice. And Kelly was a judge on the Australia version. And Guy Sebastian, singer, was one of the judges as well.
Okay.
And his brother, Chris, was on the show. Actually won his season.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
But they had great talent that season, too.
Yeah.
But, I know, tell you too much. Why am I watching Australia The Voice? But I am.
That's your business.
That's what you do. You laid up. You watch
your business.
The Voice.
Yeah.
So, Chris was talking about how he's always been in Guy's shadow. And this is really his time to step out from that. Because he has a great voice, right?
Yeah.
And Kelly was very transparent. She was like, you think I don't know how that feels? She's like, it clouds everything I did for almost a decade.
Wow.
Like, I can't make that song. They're going to think I'm trying to be her.
Yeah.
I can't wear that. They're going to think I'm trying to be her. And at some point, you have to just say, let me remove myself from all of that and just be me unapologetically.
Yes.
And I was like, you better say that.
Yeah.
You better say that. Because it was just, speaking about that full circle moment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's hard. You have a famous parent, a famous sibling.
Yes. Yeah.
Not even just famous. I tell my kids all the time, I said, my children went to the same college I went to. They are involved in some organizations that I was involved in. And my husband went there as well. So they sometimes aren't even known as people. Yeah. You Neysa baby, ain't you? You Chris's baby, ain't you? And they're like, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Which opens many doors.
You're right, right.
It's also a heavy mantle to carry. Especially with one going to the same field I want to be into.
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, well, we know you can do this because you... No.
Yeah.
You don't know what she can or cannot do. You have to meet them and see if they can do things. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just being aware, giving people the space to be themselves from underneath the shadow.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
I agree. Yeah, Kelly she was recently honored for Fashion Week in New York, and her husband, I don't know if you saw that speech, but they got it in, I'm sure, after. Because he was like, chocolate Barbie, I was like, yes, Tim.
You better say it, because she is amazing.
Yeah. No, in her own right.
I think her home has seasoned green beans in it. Like, you go to some people, they see celebrities like, they don't even cooking like that. Like, all they have is avocados and lemons.
Specific.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But green beans will tell somebody can cook or not.
That's true.
Because people, if you take a can of green beans or you snap green beans and they don't taste like the dirt or the can, you get them seasoned just right.
Right.
You get them
you
just
do have
right,
to, yeah.
Not too salty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to go into green beans now.
Yeah.
And so, but I think that she can make good green beans.
Kelly Rowland, tell us how your green beans are.
And not know with the mushroom and the...
Right, I know what you mean.
I mean, like, for real, green
Houston.
beans. Yeah, a little smoked turkey in them. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. I didn't put no pork in it. I think they don't do the pork like that.
I grew up with the smoked turkey. I did.
So...
Gosh. Okay, that was good. Oh, my gosh.
That tells you, though, if I can cook or not. The green
that
beans
is true.
and macaroni.
True. Oh, macaroni. Okay, stop. We just talked about dairy and stuff.
I know. I'm hungry right now. Oh, you had a snack.
I did have a snack. One thing I'm going to do, y'all, when I come to Neysa's house is have a snack. Because she got snacks.
I'm a parent. I still have a snack.
She still got snacks. I'm like, oh, let me go in here and find some snacks.
I just have the cabinets open and closing, like, Faith's having a snack.
I'm having a snack.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
I understand.
Anyways, yes.
What is our next thing to talk about today?
Oh, this one, speaking of turns, we're all over the place.
We are.
Protecting
Black women.
Yeah.
Black
you got
women.
it.
Do you have an obligation to protect Black women? That's the real question on the floor. And to bring it into context, we've seen tons of things, but most recently, this woman did not give this man her phone number, and he hit her in the face with a brick. And depending on which story you've seen on the interwebs, on the Al Gore's internet, one story says there were Black men standing around and no one helped. Other one said there were 2 men that did help her, but there were still other men standing around who did nothing. And the discourse has been from some of the Kevin Samuels acolytes that, y'all won't be independent. Why should we put ourselves in harm's way for someone who's not our girl or our woman or Miss Independent, handle it. Now, if you hit anybody in the face with a brick, I cannot say, or like, if I see anybody getting hit in the face with a brick, I cannot say that I'm immediately going to hop on their back and be like, bam, bam, bam.
Okay.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It might be a 911 call.
Okay.
It might be a, hey, you know, make some noise, divert attention. It might, you know, something.
Right.
But I don't think I'm going to let just anybody get randomly hit with the brick and not do something, even in today's crazy world.
Yeah.
I don't see that. And I think it's just the onus on good humans in general.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to go to a micro level regarding black men, I think that you have an obligation to step up. Like, you have an obligation to step up because you be the same one hollering your mama got hit. And then nobody helped him.
Yeah.
Like, your level of interest, you can't want better for your mom and your sisters.
True.
And not provide that same level of care for someone else's mother and or sisters.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know what that feels like.
Right.
I've had men in my life. Look, not every encounter I've ever had with a man or a black man has been positive. Let me go ahead and say that out there.
Right.
But like the song "I Won't Complain," when you look back over my life and what men have done for me, you know, even those who might not have treated me the best emotionally, which is still
absolutely
horrible, right? But I have rarely, with the men who I allow in my life, have to question if they got me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you don't got me, I don't roll with you.
You sure don't.
You know?
Right.
And again, some of them have dropped the ball emotionally. But regarding my physical safety, I don't have to worry about the men that I roll with.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Be it friend, be it lover, be it husband, be it brother, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that.
Which, this isn't, pushback's not the right word.
Push.
I think, and I do hear what you're saying. For me, I try not to live in fear. It's when you're out and you're not with your people.
Of course.
Because that's what this case seemed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd like to believe that the black man will step in, but as we saw, you know, and again, we don't have the whole story, but nevertheless, woman got hit, it was wrong, and nobody did anything according, you know, to that. But I would like to think just village mentality, but it's not there anymore for a lot of people.
That's true.
You know, and you just stand there. So yeah, your circle tight. But what if it's just you, and knowing you, I know it ain't just gonna be you, but hypothetically speaking, you know, and you looking and don't nobody jump in, you know what I mean? That for me is kind of is a fear.
Oh, it is.
It really is. It's like, okay, so y'all not gonna do nothing? I had we talked about like just survival skills, right?
Yes.
And for me, it is, I don't want to say healthy fear, but I do think about, let me just get back home, right? You mentioned that we leave whiteness, maleness, navigating all that. And I have been out before with a friend, and a guy wanted to buy us drinks, and we politely declined, even having to think that way.
Yes.
Do what you need to do, Faith. Lie, whatever you need to do so that you are not violently attacked by a man. Those are thoughts that I have.
Yes. In a split second.
In a split second.
You have to assess location, proximity to other men.
Exactly.
Do I have a weapon nearby? If the nigga
Read the
follows,
room.
where do I park?
Read the room.
You know?
Yep, all of that. All of the above. Seconds.
I don't want to equate this to it, but this is just the analogy that comes to mind. We talk about policemen have to make a split-second decision whether to fire their gun or not.
Right. I know what you mean.
I think that same kind of split-second decision about how I respond. You know? Does this nigga look like he got a gun on him? Does he look like he gonna stab me? Like, is he gonna smack me? Like, how drunk is he? In a split second.
Yes.
So, hey, babe, can I talk to you for a second? How are you? Because you realize your threat level's high. Yeah. We can talk for a second. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over here. You have a nice day, you know? But you can't.
That is out there. The guy was like, and thankfully I was with a friend. We said no thank you to drinks. Let me get y'all a drink. We're like, no thank you, we're good. Said just like that, right? Well, F y'all in. Okay, be blessed. We didn't go up because he was up. We didn't engage in that.
Yeah.
don't know what was going on with him. Thankfully, he walked off. There was no further interaction the rest of the night. But even, again, it wasn't warranted. But like you said, having to assess within seconds, okay, how do I say it? How did I say it? How do I respond? Do I make something up? Those are things that, personally I have had to deal with as a Black woman. Like, we should be able to say, no, I don't want to give you my number. No, thank you. But as you see and have seen before, there are women who have been killed. Black women who have been killed because they've turned down a man's advances.
I'm nervous about my daughters because of that.
I bet.
One more than the other. She has my temper. Mm-hmm. And she's young.
Yeah.
And I know my temper.
Yeah.
And I know how I was at that age, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I know how, even today, I still think I'm 6'7". And I'm not.
Think Scrappy do.
Right. Seriously, Scrappy. And,
true. And times have changed.
Gosh. And I know of an instance for sure where she went off on someone.
Yeah.
And I was, in my mind, is that I don't want to project that fear on her, but hey, hold up, little one.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
You have the right to defend yourself and protect yourself and all those things for people, but at the same time, your job is to get home safe.
Get home safe.
So I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. One of my male friends, who Texas resident, he was president of his frat in college, and he went to a PWI, and they had kind of like a little house type thing going on. And he shares stories about how none of this happens on my watch. Like, I don't care what other folks are doing, but under my watch in this house,
that ain't happening.
This isn't happening.
Yep.
And so much so thought about a safe space to stash people. Like, this is the room where should somebody have too much to drink, female wise, they go there and lay down. And no one's allowed to come past this threshold to even get to the room. Because ain't nothing going on. And I'm like, to not only be cognizant of that at such an early age, when you're 21, 20, and all those things, but to not only look out for, but to create a safe space in the midst of it, that's good character.
It is.
That's great character. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's so very interesting. Like, are the rules still the same when you go out? I mean, they are kind of for us. We text when we get home now.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
But like, it was whoever you go with, you leave with. Are those rules still out there? Where is my girl? We kind of move as a pack a lot of times, or I'll be right back. I'm running to the bathroom. Those type of things you have to do. Yeah. Do those rules still apply? I mean, apply for us, but we always.
I might ask your girls. I don't, but your girls come from you, so they know. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm with you though. Like you said, we gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, we gotta go to the bathroom. Like, no. On the flip side of that, my brother interjected in a fight between a man and a woman in downtown Detroit. And I'll admit, him telling me about it, obviously it shows that he survived.
Of course.
But I'll have to admit, I felt away. Because if the guy had done something to my brother, then, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because those stories are out there too. The guy did try to interject and got shot and killed, And my brother was telling me vividly what happened. He described the whole thing to me. And thankfully, he was able to de-escalate. But no one else was doing, not that he was waiting for anybody else, but just innately, my brother's a good guy. So, he's like, wait, we're not doing it. You know what I mean? And but I did have the thought. I was like, I'm glad you're okay. But God forbid if that guy has something on him. And,
So, obviously, I used to be married to a police officer.
Yeah.
And he tells stories about how domestic violence cases are actually some of the most dangerous for police officers.
I bet.
Because, you get there, and best case scenario, you're able to de-escalate, remove the parties. Yeah. And go their separate ways. Scenario B, it escalates, and the guy gets, or woman, whoever the aggressor is, gets more angry and escalates the situation.
Yeah.
There's also a C where you get there, get ready to de-escalate and arrest somebody, and now the victim is hopping on you. Get off my man.
Yeah.
He was just beating your tail.
Right.
And now you're going to beat mine? But stop him from beating you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all have it then.
Yeah.
You know, like, y'all just, y'all
I mean to laugh, but yeah, at
y'all
that
just
point.
MMA fighting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well.
And so I understand the kind of concept, like just how we think about our safety in talking to men when they offer the things. I'm sure men are thinking,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I, you know, there's their own personal checklist,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But I would just hope that men would afford anybody they see that's in harm's way the same modicum of respect and coverage that they would their own family members. So we just have a safer, more inclusive community, right?
Yeah.
Pearl Cleage,
It's your girl.
the author who I love,
Yes.
has a series of books, and they are basically centered around a character called Blue Hamilton. And this fictional space in Atlanta, kind of College Parky, but revitalized College Parky, where he's the man.
Yeah.
Like just the man.
Yeah.
Former R&B singer. Imagine if Usher came back to the A and said, I'm revitalizing College Park one street at a time. But once I revitalize the street, it's under my protection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he the man with a little gay stone. You know what I mean? But his whole rule is that I can't do it all.
Right.
But I can protect these 4 city blocks under me.
Yeah.
And you know if you come over here with some BS.
Yeah. It'll get handled.
It'll get handled. Permanently handled.
Yeah.
So women can walk down the street without being accosted.
Right.
There was a 24-hour beauty shop there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it seemed like this, like kind of like a mecca. Now, I also understand that it's wrong to handle things permanently all the time, but it was an oasis,
right,
in the midst of you know, Atlanta. And I was like, you know, that's, I mean, the neighborhood watches that same kind of concept, right? To look out for each other and all those things. But it's a very great way of looking at how a community can actually impact it if they work together and know each other.
That's key. Again, culturally, as things have shifted, a lot of people don't know their neighbors anymore. You know, we're in isolation, which is almost to the blue zone. Like how bad being alone really is for your health.
Yes.
So we don't know, you know, our neighbors. You don't have that community amongst them anymore. So it's, why care? That's them. That's, you know, for a lot of people. Yeah. You know your people. I love that for you. I know like 3 of my neighbors.
I don't know everybody on the street. I know several on the street.
Right, but you got, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
And I realized once Christopher passed away how many more he knew than I did. I know children because my children went to the schools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because in our division of duties around the house, Chris did yard work.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were outside. So
and
you
you see people
more so. Where I'm inside.
Right.
And I don't see, you know, as many people. So I was like, almost kind of a little surprised when people were like, oh, you know, I'm like, her I'm like, I don't even know you. Okay. you 4 houses down.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very interesting. But yeah, that's.
You do have that. It's not, I don't know them over there. You know what I mean? You have a general idea.
Yeah.
Of who the people are.
Definitely.
But that sense of community I've seen has just, for some, not all, but some communities isn't there anymore. You know?
You're right.
You don't know Miss So-and-so down the street or Mr. You know.
When I first moved in, that first like Christmas, I baked up like cookies and brownies and took them around to people. I was trying to be real Mayberry.
I love you.
And I probably will. I was thinking about revisiting that this year.
I love that.
But like, just, you know, hey.
Yeah.
I care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All those good things.
I'll take a brownie. I don't live over here, but your brownies was good. They were delicious. Thank you.
With all these health issues, we're going to get carrots and celery in a tin.
And one brownie.
And one brownie is all we're going to get.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will say there is a group in Detroit, and I've donated to them, actually. I don't donate to a lot of people. But if I'm feeling your cause, I'm going to support you. And it's Black men. And they are essentially like a neighborhood watch. And throughout the city. You know, and they'll work with like the corner stores, or unfortunately like a older woman was assaulted. And they work in conjunction with the police, but obviously police can't be everywhere all the time. But they do have a relationship with the police department. But it's refreshing to see these Black men who, we're going to take care of our own. So what you were saying about the character in the book. But like we, you know, and it's not, I don't interpret it as vigilante justice. They're not out shooting up people, but we gonna find who did this to you. Y'all know something, you know, and they utilize social media and they like all these resources that they have to be like, we're protecting the block, like we, you know what I mean. So
I think that's the key. Like, if everybody did their own part, then we could be better collectively. But some people aren't even doing their part. You know? And I'm like, well, if you just did your part, you know? And it's all just part of a bigger puzzle. But like, think about even neighborhoods. Like, I'm in a decent neighborhood, you know? However, you can drive to a let's say Brentwood for say, you know, and see how their lawns are manicured, how they are, you know, utilizing them. And then you come back to your own, which again, I'm in a decent neighborhood, but there are differences, right? And I'm like, if we all just did our own part, you know, cutting your grass, you know, pressure washing your house, do your part.
They getting on your nerves now. Every time I drive past this one house.
there are some like that. And I'm just like, you got to do your piece because it reflects on the collective. Oh, for sure. You know? And so if we all just... What?
You preaching. We're moving to a blue zone. We said that before. We are. Because you're thinking about the community as a whole.
Well, that's true.
And they're thinking individually. This is my home on my lot. I do what I want. I don't care. I'm assuming. We don't know these people. But you know what I mean? It's not, let's take care of the community.
Well, I forget the philosopher who did it. But there is a continuum of care, right? There's this levels of care that I learned about in grad school, and I'm sorry about to butcher it. So whichever professor told me that, I do apologize. But I got the you know, the core of it.
Yeah.
But there's a level of care that you embrace as you mature. Ooh, yeah. And in the study, it's basically you care about self, right? You're born into the world. All I care about is me.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, I'm this, I'm that, right? And then, of course, you realize you're part of a family. So you care about your parents. Yeah. Because they're the ones who are responsible for your care. Of course, that extends to your brothers and sisters. Extends to your greater family. Yeah. Extends to your neighborhood or community or your social group. Extends to community as a whole. Yeah. And then grows and grows and grows from there to extend to you caring about things that happen in the Middle East or wherever else in the world, right? They say that women advance further along the continuum of care than men do. Yeah. A lot of men stop at community. Some would even get to nation. Yeah. Where we see those were pro-America. Yeah. You know? But at that pro-America, sometimes you're like, F everybody else. And I'm like, no. Whereas women see it more and more and more. And I'm not saying that women can't do dastardly things, because they can. Yeah. But if you look back over the history of modern civilization, and have we seen women in power? Have we seen how that thought process, a team of care, would impact how we resolve conflict? There's a lot of things that I give pause to. Right. Because I guess I'm not saying as a woman because I gave birth, because I think it's beyond just being able to create life. But maybe it's because I do create life. I value life a little bit more sometimes.
Yeah.
Or even have not that I actually have the ability to.
Right.
I'm
I know what
thinking
you mean.
outside of myself.
Yes. Yeah.
And so because of that, I think that I would not be as quick to hit a button to say we should go to war for this, or I should bomb you for this, I should kill you for that. Because I also know that in doing that, I'm hitting a lot of people with nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
War is not assassination.
Right.
You know, a lot of times it's not scalpel and surgically precise. There's a lot of fallout. There are a lot of children. There are a lot of orphans. There are a lot of things that happen as a result of war.
Yes.
That resonates for generations to come, which is why the cycle never ends.
Right.
But what if women were at the forefront and were able to say, you know what? I have water.
Yeah.
Why can't all children have water?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I have food. Instead of throwing food away, why can't all children have food and education?
Right.
And a place where they can sleep without worrying about the bombs coming. You know? You might not be in a mansion, but you should not be in the gutter.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But too often, many people, I'm going to say men specifically for this conversation, think of power and resources as finite.
Okay.
Instead of seeing the abundance of them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so if we think about the abundance of resources, and not from a finite nature of resources, then it does not harm me anything to share.
Woof. Come on.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't harm me anything to share.
Yeah.
It's like when I say I want you to win, I want you to win.
Yes.
That does not mean I want you to win at my expense.
Exactly.
But I want to win.
Right. Yeah.
But
you
should win too.
You should win too.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, just because you might speak a different language, live a different way, worship even differently, does not mean I don't want you to win.
That part.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to be happy, healthy, and whole.
Yes.
Because I want my own people to be happy, healthy, and whole. And if we're all at a point of being happy, healthy, and whole, then that means you ain't got to come over here and hit me in my head for mine because you good over yours.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's that concept that I'm just like,
yeah.
Maybe it's just a Neysa thing, but I'm thinking it's also maybe it's a feminine energy thing. That, you know, at nature, the way nature has made us, we are nurturers by nature. I'm talking in generalities, not of course all.
Right.
Whereas men are protectors by nature.
Right.
Not all. You know.
Right.
Talking in generalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a spectrum for both.
Yes.
But as you think about that, like, and that served us when we were fighting.
Right.
The saber-tooth tigers and you know, snatching your babies and all that kind of stuff. You know, you gotta fight the saber-tooth. You know,
right? But times are different.
Times are different.
Yes,
times are different.
They're just
Yes. I don't. As much as we talked about this opening the show with protecting Black women.
Yeah.
If we taught you how to be better nurturers, we might not need so much protection because the world would be safer overall. You know?
Yeah. That was deep. Her hand is up.
Shut up. My hand does go up. I didn't realize that. My hand goes up.
When she about to drop a gem, the hand is like, listen.
I don't even realize I do it. I'm a tail.
No, it's good. I like it. Yeah. It's a good tail, though.
Yeah.
It's not poker.
It's
fine.
true.
I agree. Women rock.
We kind of do.
Yes, we do.
Okay. What else you want to talk about?
Good. No, I just... Ladies, do your best. I just...
Protect yourself.
Protect
your peace.
Protect yourself.
Brothers, protect yourself.
Yes.
And protect your peace. And then all of us protect each other.
If you gotta give a fake phone number, give a... We didn't know once. You can't do that now because now they're like, I'm gonna call you right now. I am old because we could do that before we had like real cell phones.
Yes, because you can call me after 7 no way.
Right.
Because don't call me right now. I got no minutes. Don't be wasting minutes.
Don't.
Yeah, but now they call you right now.
They do. But what Neysa said, listen to Neysa.
I don't give my real phone number out.
Right.
I give my business phone number out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get that good Google voice. Mm-hmm. And that's even if I'm really wanting to date you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a look at that and think about that because I can make the turn. Okay, now you can graduate to the real number.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But.
And everyone has, do whatever you need to do, like Neysa said. Protect yourself, protect your peace.
Yep. Okay, where can they find us?
On all the platforms, wherever you listen to podcasts. You have, and YouTube, of course. Look at us, we're gorgeous. Spotify, Apple, Google, all of that, and also on all social media platforms. Check us out there for more outtakes and hand up deep messages.
That'll happen.
We appreciate you listening.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
I love your subtle gesture.
I was like,
You did it.